Hey guys, you're watching Kitty Crafts. Hope you're doing okay. I've been spending a lot of time outdoors in the last few months and doing some yard work. I found out that my wooden deck had these huge carpenter bees. When I first saw one, I thought it was a bumblebee, but carpenter bees are these huge bees that don't really live in a hive. They are kind of individual or just go in small groups of like 3 or 5 bees, and they can bore into wood. These carpenter bees bore into the wood of my deck, which is really old. It hasn't been restored for a long time, so I've been working a lot on fixing this deck and making sure that the bees don't come back. Lots of you guys have been suggesting the Minecraft bee, and thank you guys so much for leaving all your different suggestions for mobs to make. I will try to get to them eventually, but there are just so many mobs that I haven't even seen yet in the game, and I'm gonna hop into a server that my friends created. So let's check out what they look like over there. Welcome to the server that I play on with my friends. It has this huge house that we're building, and over here is the natural beehive that we found originally before we went into creative mode and went crazy with the building. Over here in this big glass greenhouse is an apiary that my friend made. It's full of bees. Where are they? I swear there were a bunch of them here before. Go up here. Maybe we can get them to come out. Oh, here they are. These are all the cute little bees that are living in this hive. I tried to make the design exactly the way it is in Minecraft, and the baby bee here is so small and tiny. Yep, so I guess you guys have a good idea of what the Minecraft bee looks like, and let's start with the templates. Here are all of the colors that I'll be using to make the Minecraft bee, and I actually ran out of transparent beads, so I'm using UV color changing beads instead. Pause the video right here so you can copy down the templates for the bee's body, and make sure to leave the holes exactly where I've put them so that we can attach the antennae, legs, and stinger. Before we iron, I'm using my painter's tape square that you may have seen in my previous videos, and that will help get all of the beads off of the pegboard. Just flip it over, carefully remove the pegboard from the tape, and now I'm going to use a parchment paper to iron on top of, and this will give the bee a matte finish. You can also use ironing film to get the shiny finish, but I'm going to do matte today, and my iron here is set at number 3, which is the polyester setting. Then just flip it over, carefully peel off the tape, and continue ironing the other side. Once all the beads are fused on both sides, I placed a heavy textbook on top as it cooled to keep the pieces flat. For each antenna, you'll have to move 2 of the black beads closer to the other beads so that they will fuse together. Finally, let's assemble everything together. To attach the wings, I'm going to be using Arcal acrylic rods, but you can also use toothpicks. This is the Minecraft bee all assembled. Such an easy and adorable project. I love that there's a little bit of movement in the stinger and the legs. To make it look like it's flying in the air, I stuck the rest of my acrylic rod into, I guess this is the abdomen of the bee, and again you can use a skewer or a toothpick to do this as well. Now this worker bee is ready to fly out to different flowers, collect nectar, and make some delicious honey. Of course, I also wanted to make a mini bead bee, so this is the same template except the stinger and the legs are one bead shorter. This just gives it a stubby, cute look to this tiny bee. I know in the Minecraft world, when we breed bees together, a little baby bee will just pop out, but in our world, a bee goes through metamorphosis, which is just like when a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, except everything happens within the beehive. From what I learned in school, a queen bee will lay an individual egg in a single wax cell of the comb, and each egg will hatch into a larva. A honeybee in its early stages is definitely not the cutest thing. It looks kind of like a maggot or a worm that's just squirming around. And then this grows into a pupa, which looks kind of like a little alien. You'll start to see its bulgy eyes and legs forming, but still not quite like the honeybees that we are used to seeing. Around 3 weeks after being born, an adult honeybee will finally be formed, and it will come out of its cell so that it can eventually help out all of the other bees. I guess we'll keep it simple in the Minecraft world, although biologically incorrect, and call this little gal a baby bee. I thought the mini bead bee was really cute, so I made a second one and maybe a third one that you'll see later on. And this is also just to show you the difference between using ironing paper and ironing film. The left one is a shiny finished bee, and on the right is just a regular matte finished bee. Alright guys, so that is how you make a Minecraft bee. I hope you guys try it out, and if you do, please tag me at CutieCrafts on Instagram or Twitter so that I can see it. This week's feature includes all of these amazing beaders who recreated some of my projects, and thank you so much for sharing what you created. They look absolutely amazing. Now, some of you guys may know that I studied animal biology in university. That's what I will be graduating with, a Bachelor of Science, majoring in animal bio. And in my first year of university, I took this class called Outdoor School, where I had the opportunity to visit the Honeybee Research Center on my university campus. It was actually in the forest right behind my residence, and I had no idea until my professor took me there, and it was such a cool experience seeing all of these bees and these beehives all across the grass. It was full of bees, like thousands of bees. I even had to wear the protective veil on my head to prevent any stinging on the face, although none of the bees would really sting or anything. They were all pretty chill. And I even got to taste some really fresh honey straight out of the comb. It was pretty good. I don't actually eat honey too much myself, but when I do, it is a really delicious treat. In my third year of university, I took an online course called Apiculture and Honeybee Biology. It was really packed full of information on beekeeping and why honeybees are so important in our ecosystems and also for our agriculture, because they help so much with pollinating our food or our food's food. And yeah, if you want to learn more about some honeybees, you should definitely check out my school's beekeeping channel. I'll leave a link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. That's it for today's video. Let me know in the comments if I should continue these Minecraft Mondays or switch to something else. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on your notifications so you'll be updated on my latest videos. And I'll see you guys next time with another cute craft. Bye!